In this module, we'll tackle the concept of triggers and actions. We'll look at each in turn and then talk about how they come together. It's because of triggers and actions that your interface experience can react to users and the world around them. If you think about the notion of cause and effect, triggers are the cause. It could be a user touching the display, the completion of a timer, changes in state of assets and collections, or any event occurring outside Intuiface. Here are some specific trigger examples. When this button is pressed, or when this image is double tapped, or also when 5 seconds have elapsed, or when this video reaches its end. Just about anything you think of could be a trigger you look for in Intuiface. There are over 100 trigger options within Intuiface, and thanks to Intuiface's ability to communicate with third-party services and connected objects in the cloud, the total number of possible triggers is infinite. To view the list of available triggers for a given item, select it, and then use Composer's Triggers and Actions panel to see the list of trigger categories and triggers for that item. Okay, if triggers are the cause, then what's the effect? We call the effect an action. And, as with triggers, there are more than 100 possible actions in Intuiface and infinite action possibilities once you include third-party services and objects. Examples of an action are play a video, turn to a particular page, navigate to a particular scene, rotate the display, submit data to a data resource in the cloud. Any trigger can call any number of actions, enabling you to orchestrate everything from simple to complex scenarios, making your experience more lively and responsive to users and their environment. To view the list of available actions for a specific item, you must first specify the trigger source and trigger using Composer's Triggers and Actions panel. Then, in the same panel, you can choose the target item and view its list of action categories and actions. Here's a bonus fact. Believe it or not, a trigger in one Intuiface experience can call actions in another Intuiface experience. We call them remote actions, and they can be very useful when attempting to coordinate multiple independent experiences running different content. We've seen how triggers and actions bring the notion of if this happens, then do that to Intuiface. Let's now build an example. Say I have an attract loop in my experience and I want to automatically navigate to this attract loop after a certain period of inactivity. You can imagine this would be a very necessary capability for any deployment in a public space. To create this scenario, I'm going to put the timer at the experience level, meaning this timer will apply to all scenes equally. Note that I could have assigned a timer to an individual scene instead. We'll right-click the Experience node in the Scene Structure panel, choose the timer's trigger, has been inactive, and set the delay to 20 seconds. In other words, if nothing happens for 20 seconds, then what? We want to navigate to our attract loop scene, so in the Actions panel, we'll select Scene-to-Scene Navigation, then the Go to Scene action, and specify the attract loop scene. There you go. You have now a trigger and action that will navigate from any scene back to the attract loop scene after 20 seconds of inactivity. Guess what? That's programming, but it's programming anyone can do,